sort of almost a Christmas poem. Like the Christmas Carol, when all through the house no one was stirring, not even a mouse.
Yeah, I heard that done by somebody. It was in jazz. It was really hip.
Visions of sugar plum fairies dancing through the minds of the youngins. Okay, so here's my Christmas poem for you, Mr.
All
C.
right.
It doesn't all rhyme. I'm not good enough to sustain the rhyme, but it starts a little bit. The three jolly butchers, all of a row. You had Lee Canady, Lou Rawls, and Les McCann in tow. Stormy Monday Blues was Les and Lou's Chicago debut, made in mid-February 1962. It's true. In only 8 days and just over a month after Lou's birthday. The three men not yet fully acquainted, Lou, Les, and Lee, were 26 and 27 and 28, respectively. Les and Lou caught a red-eye from Chicago to Detroit the night after finishing recording Stormy Monday Blues. If anyone can break this record, it is Lee Canady, Les and Lou mused. That Monday morning, following their weekend recording, Lee spotted Les and Lou walking toward his downtown Detroit store. Skinny young Lou Rawls, frozen to the bone, only had on a sport jacket for a coat. And Les McCann, a big fat man, managed just fine in the cold. Lee and Les and Lou met for the first time at last, but not for the last time at all, for they remained friends for decades hence. Lou Rawls died, I think around 2004, early 2000s, but Les McCann and Lee Canady both yet live as of December 2022, Anno Domini, year of our Lord. I've reached out a few times to Les and his manager via email with 0 responses, though I'm suddenly on their email list, so that's good, Les McCann just came out with a Christmas album.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. Here it is, right there. There's a cover of his album. I'll send it to you after this.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's I'm on his email list, and so the Christmas
Is
album
that right?
it's probably out now. It's because it's December. Why wouldn't it be out now?
Right, it should be out now. And let's go. Hey, I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, I reached out to Les McCann, his manager. Nothing from him so far. Maybe this will entice them. That said, Stormy Monday Blues was Lou Rawls' breakout hit. Lou was only known at the time by hipsters in California that saw him at PJ's, the Troubadour, Shelly Mann's Manhole, or Brothers on Santa Monica and Vine, or at Pandora's Coffee Shop, which is where Lou Rawls, who was paid $10 and a pizza per night where he performed, was discovered and signed to Capitol Records in 1959. It's true. Wikipedia at least says it's true. Stormy Monday Blues was a record of jazz and blues standards. Rawls' first record was a flop. This is actually his sophomore effort. And they say the sophomore slump, like the first record, you hit it out of the park, but the next one you can't repeat what you did. Mm-hmm. It's almost the other way around. The first record was a flop, and then the next one, woof, stratosphere.
What was the first record?
Oh, I can't. Here it is. I'm putting it on the screen, but I don't.
Okay.
I should have researched more.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, his sophomore album, Stormy Monday Blues, was the rocket ship that launched Rawls into the stratosphere. Rawls did not rest on his laurels and made 20 albums, 20 albums for Capitol Records before the decade of the 60s was up. So what's that? Between 1959 or between 1960 and 1969 or 1970, 20 albums. So that's 2 a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Lou was clearly prodigious. So my question to you, Mr. C, Mr. Lee C, could you tell Lou Rawls was a real workhorse, and was Les McCann also a tireless musician? Were they both? Because 2 albums a year that Lou Rawls is making, he never stops. Could you tell that about him in person? Did he display that as part of his friendship to you, that side of himself?
Yeah, he was always busy. He was always gigging someplace, and he was very busy, yeah. But I didn't know the facts, which you just said, And I know that Les had a Christmas album because I don't know what's happening now. I'm not into that.
But back then, Lou was always busy. Was Les same way?
Yeah, they was always busy. Lou was always busy, and he did Johnny Carson's show. I think he wanted his voice back to did the show. In fact, he introduced Lou Ascender. You can check it out. When Lou Ascender came on stage, introduced to the world, Lou Rawls introduced him on the Johnny Carson Tonight Show. But when you see a person out there, you don't know what he's going through with. He's smiling and all that kind of thing. You don't know what's going through his mind. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like Brady and his wife. Now, they both got a lot of money. Don't you know they both hurt?
Yeah.
He wanted by her and she wanted by him. Just like I said, I'm driving a brand new Corvette. Just picked it up from driving down the express and I'm crying. Tears coming down. And people looking at the color was beige, like yellow, like beige, and it was
hip at the time.
That color was just out at the time. It's a Corvette, and a black man is driving it. It's brand new, and they looking, and I was so unhappy because my wife and I was proving right. And I went into Hudson, and before I left to get in the car, I went into Hudson, and tears started rolling down my eyes. And I met somebody that was speaking to me, and I had tears, and I didn't want to see me that way. You understand?
Yes,
it's just coming down. My point is, it don't make you happy, man. It can get you over a hump. But you still, inside, you still have the same feelings. And I know that I've been there, I've done that. You understand? And just like I said, ain't no way in the hell I would work and do a lot of work to try to get a lot of money when I don't, say like Trump, but he enjoyed that. See, I don't. I wouldn't. I like my privacy.
Amen.
I like to do what I want to do when I want to do it. You can't do that when you got an appointment to do. You got to get up the next morning, go somewhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The day I want to sleep in, no, you got an appointment. You got to go down and swear somebody in. Fuck you. You can't do that.
Amen.
And I don't want that kind of obligation.
2 Samuel 16:7b, for God sees not as man sees, for man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart.
Okay.
I'm just saying you can't tell who a person is just by glancing at them, even staring intently at them.
But everybody wish they were somebody else. I don't want to be nobody man. I like who I am. I like it's flawed, but I like myself. It's good for me, and that's what I'm saying. People got to do that. People who never had it think, all I need is 40 ounce or whatever.
To get by, yeah.
Yeah, but I need more than that.
Amen.
I need security.
Amen.
Not
you got
for
standards,
today.
yeah.